Hey guys, welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast. This is Abe, your host. It is October 18th, 2024. Just chilling here with my co-host Lammy Chillmeister. Feel pretty relaxed today. I feel real good. Happy, which is good. Because you guys know that I've been in a slump lately, just dealing with depression and stuff. And like I said, it comes in waves, dude. It's always waves, you know. It does pass. What does Jesus say? This too shall pass. Was that Jesus? I think so. But I don't know. It's in the Bible. This too shall pass. I've always used that phrase. My oldest brother uses it a lot. And I appreciate all the words of support, except for one person. And this was real sneaky. This was funny how they did it. I don't know. I'm not going to go into like huge detail, but I did find it funny. This is the first time that this has ever happened with me. So someone commented, their channel name was Zach Rivera, and I'm like, okay. People are so silly. I can see this on my phone. Like, I'm no internet sleuth. I'm not very tech savvy, but they were just being rude about my depression and shit. And honestly, like me and Miss McGillicuddy were talking last night, which I'll get into that here in a second. I'm pretty open book. And honestly, she used the phrase vulnerable on this channel. Like, I'm just honest and open. And this person said, you need to drink more water and chill out on the research. And they did this, research with the quotation marks. And I'm like, first of all, you clearly do not listen to the channel, because what is one thing that I always say on this channel? Hey, people, blue pill every now and then. I have literally, yes, I have Conspiracy Corner Podcast. I have a second podcast. You know what it's called? Blue Pill Podcast, where I talk about everyday life shit and we don't get into conspiracies. If I want to talk about Pokemon for an hour, I'm going to talk about Pokemon. It's honestly, it is a blue pill podcast of just like talking about dumb, stupid shit. Life stories. There's a lot of life stories on there and shit. It's my second podcast. I put it out under this channel because there's no point in making an entirely different channel, because I really don't do that many blue pill podcasts. But the whole point is, I tell you people, blue pill. I know how it is to be a conspiracy theorist, and this shit will drive you insane if you let it. You have to just sit down and watch a movie every now and then, or play some. I like playing Lorcana. I know it's Disney, it's evil, it's the devil, whatever. I like to have Disney characters battling other Disney characters. It's fun. I'm a nerd. I like to play Grand Theft Auto. I know video games are the devil, it's violence, it's blah, blah, blah. You have to blue pill and shut that shit off every now and then. Every day when I get off work, I go home and I blue pill. No conspiracies. Before work, during my day, conspiracies, baby. My tinfoil hat is on. But you have to blue pill. And I told you guys, you don't want to be Alex Jones, man. Like, I love Alex Jones to death, but that man literally is a conspiracy theorist from the time he wakes up to the time he goes to bed. That's not good. It was affecting my marriage. I was struggling, like, we were arguing, we were fighting. I was walking around tearing my hair out during COVID because of all the crazy shit that was going on. I literally checked myself into like a mental institution, I think like twice during the COVID time. Like, not good. And I just laid in bed for like 3 days at the mental institution, didn't eat. My world had came crashing down. I freaked the fuck out. I broke mentally. I was in the fourth floor for 3 days, and like the nurses and stuff would bring me like, Abe, you gotta eat. You gotta eat. I was on like hunger strike. I was like, no, I don't want to eat. I don't want to drink water. I laid in bed for 3 days and just would go out every now and then. Like, it was kind of funny. They had South Park. The mental institution hospital was like set to like Comedy Central, which I don't know. It was just funny that like we're all batshit crazy in here and you're putting on like South Park, you know? So we're all like just loonies in a loony bin, just sitting around a television set watching South Park, laughing at just dumb shit, you know? It was interesting, to say the least. It was fun. But you guys got to blue pill, man. I tell you guys this all the time. And I don't know, the person's comment was hateful, but what got me was their name was Zach Rivera, and I don't care. Don't swarm this person, and don't like destroy them in comments or anything. But like their name was Zach Rivera. And I noticed this comment, literally, listen to this. This is how crazy I am, and this is how conspiratorial I am. So, Miss McGillicuddy, we did a 4-hour interview yesterday, and I'm gonna put it out hopefully tomorrow or something. And she's like, hey, I got this friend, which, by the way, your friend Zach says that you're her best friend, Miss McGillicuddy, so I don't know if you know that. I just figured I'd let you know. I thought that was sweet. And she's cool. It's a different Zach. But because I'm a conspiracy theorist and paranoid, and I'm actually like a victim of like gang stalking and stuff, I get, as soon as I'm done with the interview, Miss McGillicuddy had told me, I'm going to set you up with this other person, go interview them. And I check my phone, just checking my comments to see if I got any my inbox, you know. I get a comment from Zach Rivera saying, drink more water and chill out on the research. So when I click on it, they changed their profile name. It became a Rosa something, which, by the way, I deleted the comment and I deleted it, and I have a system, okay? If you're being nasty in my comments, I'm gonna delete your comment. That's strike one. Strike two, you get blocked. I don't do baseball, 3 strikes, you're out. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out in the old ball game. No, you get your comment deleted first, then you get blocked. I just block you. I've gotten old enough in my life that I literally, the older I've gotten, because I used to be like a debate warrior. When I was younger in the conspiracy game, I used to, you know, I gotta change the world. I gotta change the world with my comments and with my channel, and I don't have that mindset anymore. I put out an episode. I took a 1.5 years off from podcasting because I was burnt out. That's literally what it was. I had burnt myself out. I was podcasting so much and just going mentally, I needed a break. So I took a whole 1.5 years off. Just like, I'm done with podcasting. I wasn't done with the internet. I didn't go on like a internet cleanse or whatever, but I was just like, no, I'm just done with podcasting. For a 1.5 years off, I took off. And when I came back, I did an episode. It's called I Hand Down My Sword, because I believe we are in a spiritual battle. I believe that we are fighting the forces of evil. I almost said fart. But we are battling the forces of evil. And I do not have that young mindset of, I'm here to wake people up. I truly believe in my heart of hearts that's good at the beginning, but you reach a point in your podcasting career in the conspiracy realm to where you're like, I can't wake you guys up anymore. I've done it. I've been in the podcasting game for like 4 or 5 years now. I've been a content creator for like 8 years. If you're not awake by now, I cannot help you. Daddy's got to move on. And I feel like an old man. And by the way, when I call myself an old man, I'm not bashing or putting myself down. There is a lot of beautiful things about old men and old women. Wisdom. I feel like I'm wiser since my year off hiatus. And I pretty much did an episode explaining, like, I passed down my sword to, if you're a young gun in the game and you want to wake people up, cool. Hopefully you can keep that energy, because I'm past the point of trying to wake people up. My channel is, now the mission of my channel is to educate who's already awake. I'm past waking people up. If you wake up, that's cool, but that's not my mission. God put his hand on me and told me, okay, Abe, you tried waking up as much as you could. You might have woke some people up. You might have. I've never had anyone come up to me and be like, dude, you woke me up. Not that I need to stroke my ego, but that pat on the back and letting me know that my mission was purposeful would have been nice. But, yeah, my channel is now to educate and entertain, you know. And what I was saying, though, this person, their name was Zach Rivera. They changed the profile name to like Rosa something. And Miss McGillicuddy said, hey, I want you to interview my friend Zach. And I'm like, wait a second. And I'm not saying it's not the same person. I spoke to the Zach friend and stuff. But I almost wonder, man, if these elites, they've got to be like watching and listening, and they know what's going on. And there's a paranoid part of me that's like, they sent in someone named Zach, changed the profile name so I could see that they changed the profile name to fuck with me, dog. To fuck with me, like mentally. Because I told my wife, and I wasn't mad or anything, but I was like, is this the same Zach? Like the one she wants me to interview? Or I said, are the elites fucking with me? Like gang stalking, mental warfare type shit? Because we went hard in the paint, me and Miss McGillicuddy last night, and the interview is going to come out. And so when she sent me this Zach person's number, I texted them. I said, is this Zach Rivera? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay, cool. Because I'm like, is this the same like person? Are they fucking with me? Or because I don't know. Like, I've gotten to know Miss McGillicuddy because we exchanged texts. I do know the English language. We exchanged text and stuff, so I've gotten to know her pretty well and stuff. And dude, in my heart of hearts, like, I'm pretty good at feeling people out. She's good people. I don't know this Zach person. We're gonna do basically a group. I gotta download this app. It's called What's Up, I guess. Zach and Miss McGillicuddy use it. So I told her, like, we exchanged numbers. So me and this Zach person are on, we both have each other's numbers. And I told her, honestly, I'm pretty old school when it comes to the stuff. I always do, look, Sam Tripoli is my idol. And I don't want to hear it in the comments, oh, you're not supposed to have idols, don't put people on pedestals. I think that, like, there's nothing wrong with having a healthy admiration towards an older gentleman, especially being a man whose father is in prison for raping babies and stuff. I did not have a good fatherly figure. I love my father. Even after all the evil shit he's done, I still have unconditional love towards my father. I do not speak to him. He's in prison. I've spoke about how evil he was. He was into like Luciferian Satanism, raping babies, producing child pornography, evil shit. And his case was so bad, literally the judge said, like, this is the worst case that I've ever seen. This is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in all my years of being a judge. He told this to my father in the courtroom, like, this is disgusting. Disgusting. I have never seen something so vile and evil. You can look the case up. It's Joseph Mark Williams. Just type in Joseph Mark Williams satanic child rape or abuse or something. You can look it up. It is the worst case ever that judge has had come across his. I think the article I read was Joseph Mark Williams' Satanic House of Horrors was the article. So when people are like, what do you know about the elites and how evil they are? And I'm like, well, I know as having a satanic father, a literal Satanist father, I know what people are capable of, like, firsthand. He never fucked with me sexually, but, like, he did beat the shit out of us growing up and stuff. Not all the time. It wasn't constant abuse. I'm not trying to say woe is me, but we got our ass fucking beat. And religious abuse. Christian religious abuse, which is really weird. People are like, I thought he was a Satanist, blah, blah, blah. He used to be a preacher. He used to be super Christian. Then he flipped and went 180. He had a mental breakdown, went 180, became super Luciferian. It's not that complicated, people. Because I get comments from, like, people, and I get comments, like, in real life is what I'm saying. Like, I get comments in real life, like, I don't get it. I thought he was super Christian. I thought you had religious abuse. And it's like, I did. He flipped. He had a mental breakdown and flipped and started worshiping Satan. Where was I going with this, though? Oh, so yeah, dude, I've been a victim of gang stalking and stuff, so I was real paranoid, and it's not, like I said, it's not the same Zach, but I just thought it was funny, Zach Rivera, whoever you are, if that's even your real name, because apparently it's Rosa now. You commented something evil, something negative on my comment section, then changed your name. And it could be coincidence. It all could be coincidence of, like, hey, you know, you just happened to run into a Zach on the same day that a Zach commented, changed their profile name. But it's real weird. I think it could be gang stalking, dude. And hey, if they want to amplify the gang stalking, I've already been through this once during my life. I was a victim of gang stalking because they were looking for my dad for the evil shit that he was doing. And I'd actually hung out with him a couple times and was talking to him on the phone during the time period when he was doing this evil shit, which, by the way, I didn't know that he was doing the evil shit that he was doing. And it makes me sad too, because local law enforcement, I'm going to get on to you. I am not mad at you for arresting my father. He was doing evil shit. He needed to be arrested. But why did you have to gang stalk me? I had no connection to it. Why didn't you just come up to me, pull me into an interrogation room, and talk to me? What do you know that's going on with your dad? You know what I would have told you? he's crazy. He's batshit crazy. I already knew that. He's always been mentally ill. Ever since I was a kid, my mom would even be like, you know, your dad's like crazy, right? Like, yeah, I know. Because he had a horribly abusive upbringing. Worse than I ever had. I'm lucky. His father was literally, my Aunt Fran was biting her nails. And her father, my grandpa, used to shove needles underneath her fingernails to stop her from biting her nails. That's good parenting. Oh, your child is biting their nails. Let's shove needles under their fingernails, and yeah. Evil. Which he's dead, thank God. I'll see you in hell, Grandpa. But so I'm stoked to meet this Zach person. That was the weird shit that was going on. And I'm not saying that it's the same person. I already know it's not. But what I am saying, though, is like, I truly do believe this could be gang stalking again. I could be paranoid. I could be crazy. I'm not going to let it drive me crazy. I told you I'm in a good mood today. I feel good today. It could be coincidence. Let's use Occam's razor. What do I always say on this channel? Let's use Occam's razor. It could be coincidence. It could be a totally different person being an asshole, you know? And it just happens that I'm meeting another Zach and speaking to another Zach. And it could be gang stalking. That the elites knew that I did a 4-hour interview. Because to think that they can't listen to these phone calls, the interview was done over the phone. To think they can't listen to these phone calls or monitor that I'm recording. There's a recording in process. To think that they can't tap into your computer and monitor when you're doing an interview. Because the last interview I did with Miss McGillicuddy was fucking fire, dude. And this one was even more fire, which, by the way, we broke into 4 hours, dude. I think it ended up being, trying to remember if it was 3 or 4 parts. I'm just gonna stitch it all together. Well, Sammy will. I love her to death, man. She's like my co-pilot. She's gonna stitch it all together. I have an upcoming interview again with Miss McGillicuddy. It's going to be 4 hours. So I'm excited about that. She hooked me up with her friend. And by the way, when I say hooked me up, I'm talking like old 90s slang. Hooking someone up means to like, hey bro, I'm going to hook you up with this dude I know. It doesn't mean fuck. Like, that's what drives me nuts. I'm sorry, like, you guys know me, I'm a little brash sometimes, but, like, hooking up now, they took old 90s slang and they perverted it and made it into something sexual, like, oh, did you and so-and-so, like, back in the day, we would have been like, oh, did you, especially because I used to do music, you know, oh, did you and so-and-so hook up, you know, and create some music, or... But now hookup is like sexual now, and it fucking blows, because like when I talk to the younger generation, like, oh yeah, I'll hook you up with so-and-so, and they're like, I'm not gay. It's like, dude, shut up. That's not what it means. You guys took our word and perverted it and fucked it up, dude. But, so I'm looking forward to an interview with this person, Zach. Supposedly, this person helps out with Miss McGillicuddy in their ministry. They have a ministry together, which is cool. They have a similar background and past, which if you listen to the newest podcast coming out, you'll hear. We promote it and stuff. So yesterday was an awesome day, a strange day with the coincidences, the weird stuff going on. And like I said, I hope that the Zach person doesn't watch this and they think that, like, I think they're, like, evil or Illuminati or something. I don't. But I am a victim of gang stalking, and I think that they might be starting to gang stalk me again. Like the elites, you know, the bad guys, the evil guys. I look forward to doing an interview with this person. I'm gonna download a WhatsApp and do a group call with her. And so that way she can feel me out. And I get it, because I like to feel people out too. Like, that's what I was saying. Sam Tripoli, he's an idol of mine, and the way he does business, I copy him and I walk in his footsteps because he's a professional, dude. Tinfoil Hat, sorry, this is just my personal opinion, is the greatest conspiracy podcast to ever be created. And you guys know me. I respect William Cooper. I respect Alex Jones. Tinfoil Hat is the greatest conspiracy podcast. Prove me wrong. It just is, dude. It's a real comfortable energy listening to him. He's a real chill dude. He's a stand-up comedian. So you're always laughing. You know, like today. An example today, I was listening to today's episode of Tinfoil Hat, and it was, Sam was talking to this guy, and this guy was talking about a literal bundle of sticks. And he said, well, a bundle of sticks back in the day, you know, giving historical context, he wasn't even trying to joke, but he was like, it used to be called a faggot. And Sam goes, yeah, there we go. He said it. Like, I don't know. It's just, and then you're like listening, you're like learning and shit. And then Sam says something stupid like that. And you're just like, I fucking love this channel, dude. I love this podcast, dude. Like, but the way Sam does stuff is he does pre-interviews. And I'm like, with Miss McGillicuddy, it was the first time that I'd interviewed someone who I didn't already know. This was a complete stranger. So I just honestly exchanged email me, exchange number, and I always do a pre-interview. I just call you up, or I text you first, obviously, and I'm like, hey, is it cool if we talk? Just for a little bit, just kind of feel each other out. Sam does the same thing. So that was another thing that was funny too. I'm like, when I was talking to this Zach person, I was like, look, I'm not a crazy person. I already have your number, you know. I'd rather just call you and just talk to you for like 10, 15 minutes, do a pre-interview of like, hey, what do you want to talk about? Have a game plan and make sure the other person, because honestly, I'm fearful as a content creator. I want to make sure the other person's not a psychopath. I've dealt with too many psychopaths in my life, and I know I don't look sane. I'm not sane, but I am that type of crazy. Like, I'm not a danger, you know? But I worry about myself. Like, some of these people, I don't know, man. You know, I can't trust anyone, dude. So when she said like, what's up? Like, that's the app, I was thinking, is that WhatsApp? Is that different from WhatsApp? But I guess it's an app called WhatsApp. I'm going to do a pre-interview with her, and just feel it out and stuff. But the next episode coming out, I'm going to stitch it together. Well, Sammy will. And, it's 4 hours, dude. And we didn't even, I mean, we planned it, what we were going to talk about, but I was like, dude, this is the perfect episode for October, because we get into 4 hours of talking about astral projection, shadow people, incubus and succubus, her occult past of dabbling with the occults. Yeah, cool shit. And like I said, Zach, if you're watching, I hope you don't think that I was like accusing you. I'm not accusing you. I think that I could be getting gang stalked again. I could just be paranoid. I didn't think you were the same person. I promise you that. Like, I just didn't know. I was like, how weird is it that someone says, hey, here's Zach's number, and then a Zach Rivera is commenting hateful, mean shit to me in the comments. I'm like, wait, is this the same Zach? Like, it happened literally right when I got finished interviewing Miss McGillicuddy. I checked my inbox and shit, and I'm like, Zach, what? So don't watch this and think I'm like, you're Illuminati. You know, you're not. But it was weird. I had to share that story. I don't know. I didn't plan on this being a whole episode, but I guess it needed to be. Maybe I'll title this episode, Am I Being Gangstalked Again? That would probably be a good title or something, but that's what's going on. I hope you all were entertained. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe, and you all have a good day.